I feel like we're all judging each other just a little bit right here.
Yeah.
I think a lot less of you now.
Yeah,
but it's
right.
fine.
It's the third time you said that
you,
today. It's just the bars keep going down. I gotta stop talking.
Pretty soon,
I gotta stop talking.
This is the Buffalo Community Podcast, all about the greatest small town in the USA, the people in it, and how it all works together. Here are your hosts, Tyler Reiss and Mark Benzer.
Hey everybody, it is the Buffalo Community Podcast, and one happy Thanksgiving. This is airing on Thanksgiving Eve.
Thanksgiving.
Wait, what?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
I've never heard that before. I hope I never hear it again. I hope I never hear it again. Just kidding. So happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It's a big day.
Absolutely. So we're just wrapping up an entire day of recording. And we had 4 awesome guests. We had a fifth cancel on us, but we'll get him on in a future episode. Mm-hmm. And one, we like to end these, and we like to record an extra one with just the 3 of us. And we're like, well, what do we talk about? And we asked Siri, and she didn't come up with anything great. So don't trust technology there.
Thanks, Siri.
I didn't quite get that. But we thought, favorite foods, least favorite foods, somewhere we'd like to travel. I know some people might be traveling today or through this next holiday weekend or throughout the holidays, and someplace that we would never want to travel. Because I actually believe, Luke, you're going to northern Minneapolis, aren't you?
That's where we're doing Christmas.
Northern Minneapolis.
Northern Minneapolis.
That's right. So, kick us off started. Who likes food?
I like it.
I prefer food to no food.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Thanksgiving is a heck of a time to indulge. That's for sure. Thanksgiving food isn't my favorite kind of food. I'm more of a burger pizza guy.
Yeah. Have you ever just done traditional American food for a major holiday?
I mean, 4th of July,
Well, isn't that regular American food for 4th of July?
Oh, I thought that was your question. Have I done traditional food for a major holiday?
That was exactly my question, but I don't think that's how I meant it.
Oh, okay.
I meant like, have you ever done burgers and pizza instead of turkey or ham?
No.
God, that was closed.
I've proposed it.
It's
usually not.
Doesn't go over well.
Doesn't go over well. What's funny is people love Thanksgiving. Very few people love turkey. Like, turkey is not a great, meat.
You don't really have it outside of Thanksgiving.
No, because it doesn't taste that good.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But it's such a staple. Like, you eat it.
Yeah.
But it's not anywhere close to, my favorite cut of meat is a turkey.
Oh, yeah. Gobble, gobble.
Yeah, right?
I'm so glad the Pilgrims didn't eat snakes.
Yeah. Because then we would all look forward to that.
Ooh. Twirling your fork. Ugh. Okay, so it doesn't have to be your favorite food. Does not have to do with Thanksgiving. What about you, Luke? One, we're going to answer it in 2 different ways. Your favorite genre of food: American, Italian, Mexican, German, Chinese, Japanese, and then your favorite food.
Okay. Well, I'm so boring when it comes to food. It's like food for me is more like utilitarian. I eat it so I don't die. It's less for
it's not a source of joy.
Things of life.
Yeah.
But I really like American food. And so burgers and pizzas are fantastic. It's hard to go wrong with those things. Like, everyone makes them, and it's hard to make them poorly. Mm-hmm. You can do it. You just kind of have to try.
Yeah.
We just hammered down a buffalo pizza for our lunch break. That was pretty dang good.
Yeah, we did. And so American food. So now you got to say burgers or pizza.
Those are the only 2 options in the American food genre.
Well, you throw hot dogs in there.
I gauge an American food restaurant by how good their burger is. And so that's probably what I'd say. I really like a good burger.
Yeah. And you?
It's really hard because I like all sorts of kinds of food. My favorite pizza, I love a good chicken wing though too, which I think is a solid American food staple.
Yeah.
Although you get them a lot at Chinese and Japanese restaurants too. But like a good buffalo wing, I mean, that's like apple pie, right?
A lot of Americana.
Yeah. But to choose that over an amazing burger, an amazing chicken wing, or an amazing pizza, I think the scales tip towards pizza every time.
Every time.
I love them both, all three, both of them.
It's because I eat 2 burgers at a time.
Yeah.
Well, I like that idea. I like the pizza is you can do it so many different ways. There are only so many different ways you can do a burger, though. But you can jazz it up, but meat, cheese, maybe a vegetable and a sauce.
Juicy Lucy's, or like you ever tried
yeah.
the peanut butter pizza or peanut butter burgers?
Yeah, with the egg on there. A lot of times they'll throw an egg and peanut butter on there.
There's lots of different.
Ooh, I've never had
one.
one with peanut butter. Is that good?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a kind of guy like anytime you put peanut butter on anything, all I can taste is peanut butter.
Sure.
And so I think it was good, but all I tasted was peanut butter, so it was fine.
Sure.
Okay. I'll have to go with Mexican food. Love it. Absolutely love it. It was either that or Italian.
It's your favorite, huh?
Yeah, Mexican. Well, there's so many things you could do differently with it too. But I think it's a pretty solid staple. I ask this question a lot to people if we're traveling together. One just said ice cream. Not what I was really thinking.
His genre or his favorite food?
It's like both. Okay. So desserts and then sub ice cream. So, well, Mexican food is mine. Burritos, tacos.
Would you say your favorite food falls under the Mexican category, or is your favorite food outside of the Mexican category, but just as a...
Yeah. I suppose... Oh, that's a great question.
Thank you.
Mexican food genre. Spaghetti food. I just love spaghetti.
Where's that crickets button?
I feel like we're all judging each other just a little bit right here.
Yeah.
I think a lot less of you now,
Yeah,
but it's
right.
fine.
It's the third time you said that
you,
today. It's just the bars keep going down. I gotta stop talking.
Pretty soon, yeah.
Stop talking.
Garlic bread? I mean, do you like...
Oh, I love garlic bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, but garlic bread doesn't go with
Do you have a favorite spaghetti?
my spaghetti.
What do you use? Store-bought sauce, or do you make sauce?
Prego, the blue jar, like Blue Label, which is garlic and an onion, I think.
Okay.
Hot Italian sausage, and vermicelli noodles by Cremette. That's it. Vermicelli noodles by Cremette, Jenny. She's listening. And she goes, fine, buy your own noodles.
Ooh.
No problem. I bought 15 boxes of noodles, and there's...
For $3.24.
Yes, absolutely. It's so stupid to me. Angel hair is too thin, and it's just too thin. Spaghetti noodle, too thick. Vermicelli is perfect.
That's the flat one, right?
Nope, that's fettuccine. Vermicelli is just right in between angel
Something in
hair
between.
and spaghetti. So it's probably because of what I grew up on. But hot Italian sausage, Prego, blue.
I'm with you on the Prego. The store-bought Prego is the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the best spaghetti you've ever had is the spaghetti that you make.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I would say runner-up is my father-in-law's. Okay. He makes a really solid homemade sauce.
Does he agree that his is second best to yours?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. They like the thick noodles, and I just like the little bit thinner ones.
The nice thing
Watching my figure.
Spaghetti reheats really well.
Oh, leftover
That's-
spaghetti?
yeah.
Maybe my second favorite food. That's so stupid, but it's kind of true.
Yeah.
Well, let's get a little bit off of food. We said we're going to talk about a couple of topics. Traveling. Do you enjoy traveling?
I really like traveling.
Yeah.
I enjoy the process, at least. I think I love driving. I really don't mind flying at all. I actually really enjoy the traveling process. Although my wife and I drove out to Arizona last winter, and that was just brutal. We're feeling okay. It's like a 26-hour drive, and so we're like, well, we could probably just make it in one stretch. Maybe sleep in the car if we need to. We got this like air mattress for the back of the car. It was like February, so that was a stupid idea. We're like, oh, we'll just keep it running for a little bit, and it'll be warm, and then it does not retain the heat, obviously, and so it was a miserable trip. It was not fun at all. So, not that.
Where did you stop? Nebraska or something? Or
Yeah, probably Missouri, or I don't know. Not exactly
Some
sure.
close enough to where it was cold.
Yeah, it was still pretty chilly. Yeah. It wasn't, probably negative temps at that point, but yeah,
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
brutal.
you like traveling?
I like traveling,
I hear a butt coming.
but I don't always like traveling. It's getting easier. It's getting easier as the kids get older. There are definitely some traveling trips that we've taken for the kids,
Yeah.
not for mom and dad.
Right.
Like, this is not fun, but the kids are having a great time.
This is not a vacation. This
Right.
is a memory-making opportunity.
Yeah, right. So, but otherwise, I love traveling, and I love almost the planning of it more
Sure.
so than the actual.
Like the build-up in anticipation? Or-
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like that, taking that time to kind of do your research and kind of make a mini agenda. I'm not a huge agenda guy. I don't like to be
Just a mini one.
held to that. It can't be. What is it? Kirk Cousins, doesn't he plan his day like every 10 minutes or every 15 minutes?
It wouldn't
It doesn't surprise
me.
me even the slightest.
Yeah, like I'm more of a
Be sure to talk to Neil.
yeah.
Kyle.
Hi, he looks just like Neil.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to be bound to an agenda.
Yeah.
But I'll say we were going to do this, and this. Let's get that in sometime while we're here. And
Sure.
Otherwise, let's also be a little spontaneous and
Yeah.
fly by, which is not my wife's personality. So
Sure.
she gives me a little more structure, and I can pull a little bit more of the let's just wing it out of her. So it works out good.
Sure. I love traveling. I really love long road trips as well. To me, it's like, oh, nice. We got that. So actually, by the time this airs, we'll probably be in Iowa, but I mean, it's like a 6-hour trip. And to me, I love it. I really like a long road trip. Just getting up early and, going to the semi-truck drivers.
Do you ever leave late at night?
Usually early in the morning. So technically, yes. When I mean that, it's like, oh, I'm going to go fall asleep from 9 o'clock until we usually, if we're going to do that, we're going to leave at 3 a.m. and not 1 a.m. just because bar close and you just kind of, it was.
But never at like 8 to where, hey, let's get the kids in the car. They'll sleep until 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and we can just
No,
go.
We haven't had that long of. Our longest one with like little kids like that has been like 6 hours. But I know Jenny was very, very pregnant with the twins when we had like a 10.5-hour one, and that was like a let's leave at 3 and get there at 1. So 3 a.m., 1 p.m.
Sure.
So it was just one child to look after and a very, very pregnant wife. But
you can be very pregnant, but you can't be a little bit pregnant.
No. And again, we had twins. She was very pregnant. So, okay, would your favorite place to travel, like that you've ever been to, or a bucket list one?
So I went to one of my best friend's weddings was in Northern California, and we went to the Redwoods afterwards. The brutal drive. It's through the mountains, so you can't really relax at all. It was really beautiful, but as soon as it's dark, it's just stressful.
Ooh.
But it was when we got there, if you didn't know, the Redwoods is where they shot Endor in Return of the Jedi for Star Wars fans out there. And so it was a dream come true for me. I got to be on Endor. That was one of my favorite places I've ever been to.
Did you get a picture?
Many.
Awesome.
So many.
Maybe we can blast that on the screen. Look at Endor.
Look at this tree. Look at this tree. That's great.
I wrote down Camino de Santiago from Dr. Corey Martin's chat with us.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
A lot of those hikes that those overseas. I've never been out of the country. I'd like to someday, but
I thought you went to Florida.
I've been to Florida. I think one of my dream vacations, though, would be to go on some sort of I'm going to contradict what I just said before, but I would love to go on like a biblical tour and see the sights. And the only reason, like contradicting in terms of a schedule and an agenda, I need that. I need a tour. I need a guide to walk the streets that Jesus walked to. I want to experience that. I think that would be an absolute amazing trip.
I'm going to insert a joke here, and it's no way blasphemous at all, but you just walk the same streets as Jesus walked.
We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, yes. But all of a sudden this tour guide starts to walk towards the Sea of Galilee, and we're like, whoa, one guy did that. We can't do that. Can we just maybe stay on the shore? I just picture that. That's exactly what went right into my mind of like, all right, well, here's the Sea of Galilee, and all right, and there's people just dipping their toes in. It didn't work for me. But anyway, so that's a little bit topical. Again, if somebody makes it this long, we probably haven't lost them yet. Dream trip for me would be Banff in Canada.
Even after what Sally said?
Even after what Sally said. But I'd probably take her advice and just go further, a few more kilometers north, because they don't use miles.
Leave your house?
Yep. It's just too expensive. But yeah, but Banff would be pretty sweet. But I really like going to Vegas too. It's kind of a cool thing for me. But what about a place you would never travel?
Wisconsin.
Okay.
That a boy.
Nice.
Every time I'm in there, I just feel dirty.
Yeah. Smells bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, cheese. Cheese. That was bad. But for real, Wisconsin.
There's not a lot of places that I wouldn't want to check out, I guess. I mean, if you're talking like middle of nowhere with nothing going on,
right?
Middle of North Dakota or something, probably not, I guess.
Right.
But
sure,
I don't know. I like seeing new different sites. So.
Yeah, we had John Holtz on.
Yeah,
North Korea is someplace he has no interest in going to.
Right, but he wouldn't mind going to Iraq or Iran. I think wasn't he talking about that?
I don't remember. I just I think that's kind of like the obvious, right? Like I don't need to go to North Korea.
Right. Not even South Korea.
I think that's
South Korea's fine, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's
Like
that's Seoul.
At least, yeah.
I think there's some cool stuff in South Korea.
Okay.
Like the Olympics.
I love it.
And stuff like that.
Duh.
Yeah. No, I think there was an episode of Somebody Feed Phil in South Korea, and it was really good.
Okay.
But you might not want to go there. I shouldn't speak for you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So you'll follow Holtz's footsteps and not go to
North Korea.
Okay.
I'll
probably just stay out of anywhere in the Middle East or any of these third world countries where it's just war torn and just very dangerous. I'm not a thrill seeker in that aspect. Where I think as Americans we probably take it for granted of our freedoms of movement and travel and everything like that, where if you do that in one of these other countries, you could end up in prison or killed simply for being in the wrong place. Not even at the wrong time, in the wrong place at any time. So, what a light conversation
Real dark there for
for the
Right.
for the car ride for
And for
everybody.
those reasons, I don't want to go there.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, good
Exactly.
reasons. All right.
Yeah, not bad.
Sure.
But, or I don't know. The Amazon wouldn't. I don't really care to go to the Amazon either. That just bugs are just. Oof.
Any of those places, I would need a guide.
Yeah.
Like anything where it's like maybe out of the country, or it's like, hey, I've paid good money for this trip to Spain, or like I don't want to be on my own and not have some sort of guidance in terms of, okay, while you're here,
Yeah.
make sure you check this out and this out, and there's a cool tour over here. And
Yeah.
I found that going on a tour is really helpful. Well, actually, I learned this on our honeymoon when we went to Seattle. The last thing we did was a bus tour. And as we're on this bus tour, like our next stop is the airport. Whereas if it would have been the first thing we did, it would have been like, oh, we got to come back to that. That looked really cool. Or we got to come back to it. It was like, we did this.
Have you ever been
completely
to
wrong.
Seattle since?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Got some family out there, so it's been a few years, but
Very cool. Well, I think that just about does it for a Thanksgiving episode. Very piecemeal together. We should prep this next time. But for the Buffalo Community Podcast, I'm Tyler Reiss. Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm Mark Benzer. Happy Thanksgiving.
Luke Edlund, happy Thanksgiving.
He says questionably.
Thanksgiving?